coffee latte, and you're watching The Loose Cannons, presented by Red Cap Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company that takes pride in their reputation for timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define #Tampa Proud. Today, we are joined by a very special guest, the swaggiest coach in NFL history, the goatee rockin', the Kango wearing, the newly minted Super Bowl champion head coach of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the one, the only, Bruce Arians. Welcome to the Loose Cannons. What's up, Coach?
Hey, everything's great, guys. I hope everybody's doing good, staying safe.
We're trying, man.
We are.
We were able to go out to a couple of games, but we obviously wanted to be at all of the games. But before we kind of dive into hanging out with you and talking about, everything that it is to be a, head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I have to ask. Jake posted a photo after you'd won that Super Bowl, and it was you, Christine, your son, his wife, everybody in that group hug, and it was a tearjerker, Coach. And I have to say, I'm sure that was a special moment to you, but I'd love to hear from you what that moment meant right then and there, because you'd finally reached the pinnacle of an NFL coach's career.
Yeah, I mean, it was so unbelievable. We're only allowed to have 3 people down on the field, and I had 35 people here. My mom was in a wheelchair, so we couldn't get her down. So it was my wife, my son, and my daughter. And, I'm just searching for them because everybody's running on the field, all the families, and finally found them. And it was just unbelievable family moment. They've sacrificed so much for me to coach and the time I put in and time I was away. But to share that moment, the 4 of us, was just absolutely unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Bruce, this is a fan show. I would be doing a disservice to all the fans if I didn't personally tell you how much the season meant to us. I mean, I go way back, Ray Perkins days, early Bucs, years. We've had a lot of suffering here as Bucs fans. We reached the pinnacle once, and it felt like we'd never get back there again. And then, things changed the moment you stepped in the building. And I just personally have to say thank you for not only a magical season in one of the worst years in human history. It was such a great distraction to live that season with you guys, and then for it to culminate in a Super Bowl win, man. I just got to say thank you, dude. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome, brother. It was, you're right. It was a unique year. I mean, everything that we had to battle off the field as much as on the field, but man, you could feel the energy growing. And we got better each week. It was a grind, man. It was really a grind to get to where we got, especially getting to the open date and then regrouping and, setting our sights on running it out, running the table. And our guys sacrificed so much. It's hard, man. You guys know 21, 28-year-old guys go home every night, don't go out, don't do anything, just go to work and go home. And the commitment our guys made paid off in a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'd had Rojo on here, and he made mention of that. And, everybody kept talking about, the late bye week, and that stuff adds up, all that testing and all that weight and not being able to go out and not be able to see family. And he asked us for food advice. He said, man, I got an Uber Eats. I can't go anywhere. So definitely.
It was, I mean, my wife and I didn't go out from, July 15th until 2 days after the Super Bowl. We just went home and had food brought in. Yeah, you get tired eating the same stuff, man. We cleaned off some menus now, I promise you that. There's some restaurants we ate everything on there.
Pretty sure we all did that.
I keep hearing some of the behind the scenes audio when Christine gets on stage and it's the first time she's meeting Tom Brady. I think that caught all of us by surprise. Yeah. I can't believe that was the first time she got to meet him in person. What a weird year.
Oh, it's crazy, because usually every Saturday we have all the families that are in town and all the players and coaches' kids all come to Saturday practice. And it's my favorite day of the week. We have kids running all over the place, and we still do our walkthrough and get our work done. And not to have any of that this year. And that was legit. That's the first time she'd met Tom, was on the stage at the Super Bowl. I mean, it was crazy.
Well, Tom's kids too. I think there's a clip of Tom saying that's my head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Me, my head coach.
He just got to meet you after the Super Bowl. We all saw the video and the pictures, and we heard of Tom Brady the next day going back out. And he's going to work, right? And you're a proponent for telling your coaches always that you're not missing a recital, you're not missing your son's baseball game. You don't need to be here this much, and if you are, we're not doing something right. So I'm assuming you're not going back to the office. You're not doing all the work like Tom is the next day. Are you still kind of basking in the glory of just this amazing season and finally reaching that pinnacle?
Well, if it was a normal year, yeah, we'd be back in the office, 3 weeks ago. But we're still under, protocols. So I'm not asking any of the coaches. We're all working virtually from home. We did free agency. We're just about finished. And again, free agency for us this year. Hey, let's get our guys, man. We don't need to look at anybody else, maybe a guy or two, but let's get our guys back. And Jason, Mike Greenberg, Jackie Davidson have done a great job of getting our guys back. And it's just start working on the draft. So you can do that from home. And, I walk in, I'm in there 2 or 3 days a week just to clean stuff up and to check with Jason and watch a little more. I get better. I could watch more tape in there than I can at home. I get tired of using my finger back and forth on the iPad when I can have that clicker in the office, And and again, just to get out of the house.
Speaking of that workout, Coach, he hashtagged it chasing 8 or going for 8. And I heard him talk about it. I've heard you talk about it. And it sounds crazy, right? That a team coming off of a Super Bowl, like we just won the Super Bowl. We beat the crap out of the Chiefs, by the way. And we ain't running it back. We're going for 2, Coach. That's not our shit. We're going for 2.
That's right.
But he put hashtag going for 8, and I heard you talk about him talk about it. Is it crazy that this team could be better, like with a full offseason? That's mind-numbing that this team could actually be better.
Yeah, we actually get to practice and figure out what we're really doing and know each other. Again, our guys did such a great job because last year we couldn't even eat together. You had to be outside and 4 feet, 6 feet apart and different tables. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Get OJ back healthy and whatever guys we bring in off the draft, signing all our guys back. Now there's a lot of luck that goes involved. We were pretty healthy. We had some major injuries this year, but we didn't get wiped out like some teams. So there's so much luck that goes involved into next year, but there's no doubt we're going to be better in that first game than we were last year.
Yeah, Coach.
Hey, Coach
go ahead.
I'm sorry. As fans, we ride the emotional roller coaster, and it's based on our history. It's always nail biting, but Jake would come on the show and always talk us off the ledge. He was the voice of reason, just so you know.
The therapy sessions with Jake.
Yeah, he has your confidence, which I wish I had. Like this, just there was no doubt in his mind that we were eventually going to get it right, and we did. It was after that bye week. It was more than just the play on the field. It looked like mentally, you guys went in with a different attitude. Like you went in to punch people in the mouth. And that's the way that you guys play on the field. We turned into a really physical football team. It felt like overnight. What do how do you describe that change? Was it just the switch that flipped, or got healthy at the right time, or confidence?
A lot of it was the mental grind. That week off, we didn't even practice. I told them, get away. They recharge your batteries. We got 4 games, and we started talking about the playoffs and putting the scenarios up. The minute we got back, get ready for Minnesota. We had the playoff scenarios up, where we were seated, what we had to do, and start talking about it. Basically, you guys have never been in the playoffs. Well, you're in it now, and let's go. And we revamped of everything that we wanted to do offensively, trimmed it down even more, and defensively, Todd's always had his game plans ready to go. The Kansas City game before, we were down 17. I thought we stuck to our game plan pretty good in that one. And had we got the ball back, I think we'd have won that one. But lost a close one to the Rams. And again, I think we were more mentally tired than we were physically in week 13. But, man, when we came back out, we were ready to roll.
Coach, we're fans. We've been fans for a while, obviously. So we have a special hatred for the Saints games. We consider them a rival. Right. And not a lot of guys on this team have really been here long enough outside of Levante and guys like, Will Golston, guys who know
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, what it means to play that Saints game, that Saints team. And we lost to them 2 times this season. And on this show, we wanted to see them in the playoffs. Now, we're obviously not players. We're just fans. So we're, talking shit out of our mouths. So when it came time to face them in the playoffs, you saw that they wanted to play the Saints. So, like, how did that kind of culminate in the locker room? Was that, like, guys like Tristan Wirfs, they don't care. They lost 2 times to this team. They don't know the history of it all. Or were there guys, like, kind of, in their ear saying, hey, we need to beat this team. We want this team. Was there kind of like this little, a rivalry inside that locker room that started to kind of brew? Because when we saw them in the playoffs, we saw, like Stank said, we punched that team in the mouth. And it was just like a totally different mentality. And you could tell that they maybe hated that team as much as we hate them as fans.
Yeah, I think, everybody was embarrassed from the game here. And it was by far our worst game of the season. The first one, I don't even count. We didn't half of us didn't know what we were doing. But this one was, it's this do or die, man. You're going home. I don't give a shit if it's the Saints or who it is, but it just happened to be the Saints. And we needed to send a message back to them about the division next year.
I like that, man. And we saw Devin White show up in that game. That was his first playoff game of the season because he set out that Washington game, and that man was a missile. He was on fire. And I mean, you can go on and on about Devin, and I'm actually not going to do that because I wanted to ask you, in our history as Bucs fans, we had an NFL draft where we drafted Warren Sapp and Derrick Brooks in the same season, and they went on to be Hall of Famers. This past year, we saw 2 rookies who we're confident to say these guys could be Hall of Fame guys, in Tristan Wirfs and Antoine Winfield Jr., deuces. And can you speak to, like, I don't know if I've ever seen 2 guys have impact like they did as rookies, and then to kind of pile that on top of it, they had no rookie camp. They had no real training camp. They weren't able to do all the OTA and all those things in the offseason that allow rookies to flourish. And yet here we are looking at Tristan Wirfs as maybe the best right tackle in all of football as a rookie.
Yeah, man, he got broken in pretty good in camp between JPP and Shaq every day. So he got a real good taste of what it was going to be like. And, Antoine showed up, and both those guys are mature but behind their years. I mean, it's crazy, like you said, to do what they did and not have any camp to speak of. But they both showed that they were more than ready mentally to handle this. And we knew they were physically, but they were so mature. I think Keyshawn Vaughn, he would have had a bigger role. Hey, he had COVID right away. Tyler Johnson pulled a hamstring and missed a ton. And then we see what kind of players they're going to be. And, Khalil Davis, it was a good draft. It was a really good draft. And then you think our 4th round pick was Gronk. So it was really good.
Yeah. It's just a Hall of Famer, no big deal.
Hey, Bruce, you come from the old school, the 3-a-day practices where there were really no rules. You could practice whenever you wanted to.
Hey, no water break. No water.
Whatever. Oklahoma drills, all the stuff that you get canceled for these days if you did those types of things. And then you go into this season where you can barely practice, you can barely meet, in person, you can barely run drills. You got your new quarterback practicing at Berkeley Prep before the season, and helicopters flying over, and him walking into the wrong house. Can you speak to the job your coaching staff? You deserve a lot of credit, but I know you love your crew, the women and men who make up this coaching staff. Can you speak to the job they did this season to get these guys ready to in that year to take us all the way to the Super Bowl based on all the things we were up against?
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, all that virtual stuff. I'm not a virtual teacher, man. I got to be looking you dead in the eye. And I don't even know if you're on the other side of that camera because you might be just your picture up there. So, I mean, I did not do a virtual meeting the entire season or the spring. Our coaches did an unbelievable job of getting everybody up to speed so that, they could go out to Berkeley and get some stuff done. But, there were some defensive players out there, but they had to do their own thing too. Thank goodness most of those guys were back in the same system. The offense, it was going to be a struggle for a while. But no, I can't say enough about Byron, Todd, Keith, Goody, the whole crew. I mean, I think it's the best staff in the league. It's the largest, but I think it's by far the best. And great teachers, great coaches, and I just sit back and watch, man.
We would be remiss, Coach. I said it on our podcast last week. I've been a Bucs fan a long time, like these two beautiful guests or beautiful co-hosts of mine. But I couldn't be prouder of our coaching staff and to call you our head coach. And based on that, I know what your answer is going to be. They're the best for the job, but you're a trailblazer. I mean, first coach ever to have 3 African-American coordinators, the females on your staff, Jacqueline with the contract stuff. Like, it's just, I'm proud, man. And I just want to let you know that I'm proud that although I know you're going to say that they're the best for the job, and they are, but that you've given them the opportunity and showed the rest of the league that this is possible.
Yeah, and I got to say this. We work for the best owners, I think, in the league because they allow us to do that. We have by far the largest staff. So we're grooming young coaches. The NFL put out an initiative last year to find a pipeline of young African-American quarterback coaches and potential future offensive coordinators. We went out and found Thad Lewis, who I just hired to take Antoine Randall's place. And but without their ability to let us do that and give us the finances and everything we need, it can't get done. But the Bucs stand for diversity and inclusivity as good as any organization in any sport I know.
Coach, listen, I remember what this franchise was like before Malcolm bought this team, and they brought something to the city that we never had before, man. I agree with you. The Glazers get a lot of criticism all over the world, because they own another sports franchise. But I wouldn't want another ownership, man. They've been awesome. Their charities, their foundations, everything they do for this community, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, this is entertainment. It's our passion. It's clearly your passion. You've been passionate your entire life. Your son played in the NFL. Your whole family's traveled with you across the country. They all share your passion, man. But I have to agree, the Glazers, they're awesome.
Snag, you've been around for a while.
I have, man.
You've been around for a while, Coach. I don't know if you've heard, but isn't it true, Snag, that players would have to pay for drinks in the locker room and they don't get a certain amount of pair of socks for the whole season? And it was like, that's it, bro. Before the Glazers, it was like, here's 6 pairs of socks. We're not, bro. I'm sorry. Go.
Their fucking gym was outside on rusty fucking
gym
weights.
Was outside in a trailer.
Outside and next to the airport where they breathed in jet fumes.
Like fucking prison yards had better workout equipment than the Bucs had at one point. I mean, come on.
But we won a Super Bowl in that old
it wasn't that bad.
Facility.
Yeah, but Coach, we had Jim Trotter on here last week, and he told us a story of when you were the coach in Arizona, where Larry Fitzgerald had come to you and asked you if it was cool for him to wear some tights under his regular practice, attire, and you said, "Yeah, whatever, go ahead." And then the practice wasn't going as you wanted it, and for whatever reason, you decided to kind of target him and yell at him and have him go back in the locker room and change his tights. And we kind of had a good laugh about how you're like this hard-nosed coach that doesn't take any shit, but you treat everybody the same. And I was curious if you've had sort of a funny, disciplined type of moment like that where you've kind of singled somebody out on the Bucs team, though, as opposed to what happened in Arizona, because that shit was funny. That and the other story we heard about you wearing all black.
Yeah, Larry didn't have his pants over his tights. All right. And I said, boy, you look really sexy, but get your ass back in the locker room. Put your pads on top of them tights. But let me tell you, Larry Fitzgerald is one of a kind. He's one of the greatest teammates you could ever have and greatest dudes. Yeah, I think the funniest one was when I was at the Colts. And, Andrew Luck had just come in, and he torched the defense really, really big in one practice. So I put on black shorts, long knee-high black socks, black shoes, and walked back out, and the DBs were circled up. So I started walking through them. And they said, and Gerard Power said, "Coach, what's with the black socks?" I said, "I'm going to a funeral." "Going to a funeral where?" "Y'all's funeral, because we killed your ass yesterday." And just walked off. And they fell out laughing. That was a hell of a practice too now.
That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite. Believe it or not, that's not my favorite. My favorite is the Willie Colon one. I read your book after we hired you. I had seen the Amazon Prime thing. I was like, man, this guy's awesome. He's not my coach, but he's freaking awesome. So when we hired you, I went back and watched the Amazon series again, and then I listened to the book, and then I saw Willie Cologne's interview where I don't remember exactly, but you literally went off on him. Like, you got an all-pro on this side and a Pro Bowler on this side, and you think you could fuck around in a walkthrough? You went off on his ass for everybody. He said, I came out and played like it was the Super Bowl, bro. Second practice of the day. Like, what?
Hey, Bruce, that brings up a point. Obviously, during the season, you know, the media picks up on you and Brady, or you come out and say something about his performance and they make this big ordeal about it. Like, obviously, you're a football coach and you're going to coach everybody hard. But, I mean, were you hesitant at all to coach Tom Brady hard?
No, he likes it. You know, Tom and I laughed all year about that stuff. You know, I told him one day, I said, hey, man, could you call your boy Nikovich and tell him to quit trying to get me fired? He just cracked up laughing. And, yeah, that was the funniest shit all year. You know, if somebody's going to ask me a question, I'm going to give them an honest answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the guy missed a block, yeah, he missed a block. He gave effort, but he's missed a block. Throws the interception, he threw an interception. So don't ask me a question if you don't want an honest answer. And again, we're all different. And he was handled 20 years one way, and the world saw it. But man, Tom and I we have a great relationship.
It's the same thing with the you mentioned earlier that you told everybody take the fucking week off for the bye week. Take it off. And I heard that's all I heard all week, locally, nationally, the criticism. I can't believe Bruce is giving them the week off. Well, who knows better than Bruce or the head coach what the team needs? Like, they should be in there grinding, and it's like, what? Let the man coach. Like, you can't get in the kitchen and cook for him.
Coach, yeah, you couldn't cook. There weren't any ingredients left. Everybody's mind was melted.
Yeah,
I mean, it was we were shot. It was because we've been grinding, man. We've been grinding all that time, and so yeah. And physically, we got some guys healthy, really healthy, that next week, and we needed to because Minnesota gave us a hell of a game.
Yeah, grinding in the bubble. We won't hear all the stories of all the personal sacrifices all these players and coaches and everybody had to make just to be there for practice. You know, when their families are going through everything that our families are going through, and their kids are learning virtually, you know, and it's just incredible, man. In a regular year, it would have been incredible, but to do it all, and like I said, we won't hear all the stories. Maybe we will in the new adaptation to the Quarterback Whisper, which I'm sure that you and Jake are behind the scenes right now. You know, we have a whole new chapter to this thing now.
Yeah, there's one in the works, but I can't wait to see the thing the NFL network is doing. You know, would it come out today? And shit, who the hell's got a DVD player anymore?
It's true.
I got a PlayStation 5, so I pop it right there.
Play the Xbox, yeah.
Is that how you play it?
You just pop it in, and he just plays it.
Pop it in.
I don't have that.
There's got to be a
I'm not a gamer.
digital copy.
You have a PS5.
Oh, we got you.
Bruce,
Bruce,
get a PS5?
We got you. We'll send you an Xbox, a PS5, and I'll find whatever Nintendo's been working on for 4 years before they fucking drop it. I'll get it for you. I promise you, bro. I'll deliver it on the back of a fucking cheetah or a camel, whatever I got to do to get it to you. I got you. I promise.
I just want to watch it, man. I want to see it.
I got it, man. I got it. We got a UPS driver here. He'll make sure something drops off the back of a truck. It can happen. Things can happen, man.
Bruce,
it's insured. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're a bunch of idiot fans and petty, by the way.
We're very
you know,
petty.
one of your daughters, Paige Demacos, you know, we call her Petty Paige. You know, she inspired us after the year. As we made it clear, we hate the Saints a lot. And so after the Super Bowl victory, we came up with this idea that we were going to ask fans to donate, and we were going to put up a billboard in New Orleans that said, "We dat."
We dat.
And with a picture of Tom Brady or the silhouette of Tom Brady, and we put we put a GoFundMe out, and within hours we hit our goal. You know, almost $4,000
over the goal.
Yeah, like the fans could not wait to do it. So after 6 weeks of trying to get the billboard up in New Orleans, no billboard company would touch it. We had one that was about to do it, and then they backed out on us at the last minute, and so we had all this money sitting there, and you know, we kind of had a contingency plan in place that if we weren't able to do it, we were going to donate it to charity. And I think you probably know by now we've decided to donate it to the Arians Family Foundation. It's going to be $5,000 total, And we can't wait to present the check to you and the money to you. And I didn't mean to step on your toes, Sammer. I'm sure you had something planned out to tell him this.
And by the way, Coach, it would be wrong of us, Stank, not to say. We put it up. We put up a poll on Twitter, Coach.
Yeah.
And we asked the fans that donated what they wanted us to do. If they wanted to put a billboard up here in Tampa, if they wanted to try and find another way to do it, or if they wanted to donate it to the Arians Family Foundation. And overwhelmingly, everybody chose the donate to the Arians Family Foundation. So we're happy that we can do it.
Can't thank you guys enough, man, because, people that don't know what the foundation stands for, it's Voices for Children. Kids who are in a situation through no fault of their own, neglect, abuse. Too much crap's happening to kids anymore. And we got to stop it. We got to do everything we can to help these kids have a future. And we're looking forward to the golf tournament April 18th and 19th out at Innisbrook. And man, thank you guys. I can't wait to see you and see that money.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you to speak about that golf tournament and kind of, I know you guys are looking for foursomes. You guys still want to get some sponsors out there, and we'll drop the link. Obviously, we'll pin it in the comment section for all of you guys watching for all of the information on how you can be part of the tournament, how you can donate to the foundation itself, or maybe you guys know some corporate, entities out there that want to participate and come out there. It's supposed to be really, really cool. There's supposed to be some, surprise celebrity guests that hang out there. Plus you get to fucking, hang out with Bruce. It's pretty fucking cool, right? So
Bruce is worth the price of admission.
Come on, right?
Yeah. We will definitely have cocktails, brother.
Oh yes, absolutely. Bruce, before I was going to ask you, or maybe I didn't know if you knew this, but I know you guys went on that really long win streak, and I give credit, 98% of that credit to the coaching staff and the players and the entire organization, but 2% of that is actually we're credited with those wins as well. See, what we did was we started we stopped eating cheese during that NFC Championship week, right? It was a very big deal.
We banned cheese in the Tampa Bay area.
Nobody in Tampa Bay was allowed to eat cheese. I don't know how that went on in the locker room. I heard from some sources that nobody was eating cheese in there either. But it was, and then we carried that on into the Super Bowl where we weren't having ketchup. And obviously no Kansas City barbecue and no fucking cheeseburgers.
By the way, Bruce, Publix, the second week of our ban, they put ketchup buy one get one free. So we were doing something because they started panicking. They were like,
ketchup stop moving. Ketchup stop fucking moving.
Ketchup stop moving for some reason.
Right, boy. Good job, boys. Good job.
Now listen, people tune into this podcast. Sometimes they listen about, us talk about football.
No. Hold on. I got one more. If that's it, we can ask the important, the real question.
Yeah, I got real questions here.
It would be wrong. It would be wrong, right? Because everybody, and I'm sure Coach agrees, everybody, Brady, Gronk, and incredible. Thank you so much for, getting us Brady here, Coach, and he put us over the top. But it'd be wrong if we don't shout out Jason Light and his whole staff. I mean, this team was primed and ready. You had guys, I remember you have a lot of catchphrases, no risking, no biscuit, all stuff. One of my favorite ones that you used when you first got here in your first press conference was, I want guys with a high give a shit meter. That's why I fucking love 13. That's why 13 is my favorite. 54, high give a shit. 45, gives a shit. Vita gives a shit. We have guys that were here with high give a shit meters.
Ain't no doubt. We just needed that one ingredient that I've been there, done it. So follow me. And Tom did it. And because and that's what, that's when we go to the draft. Jason and his scouting department, they do a great job of finding dudes that love ball, high character dudes. And, and then same thing, just filling in those spots, whatever it is. We had great depth last year. Aaron Stinney steps in and plays great when Cap breaks his leg. Because one after another, Tyler, Scotty, AQ. And, I'm really happy that he's joining our coaching staff and get him started on his next career. So, it's next man up. But, no, that's out. You can't have a next man up if you don't have a GM who's putting the right dudes in there.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the way, Jason, I know you're going to watch this. Shout out to Jason Light. You put that team together. You know who has a high give a shit meter, Jason?
Oh man, don't do it.
Najee Harris.
Okay.
Najee Harris.
All right.
I'm just.
Before we ask the real questions, Coach, I got to ask one more thing. And you reminded me when you started talking about Tom Brady coming to town there, Latte. When Levante was on a podcast with, I think it was I Am Athlete last week, he mentioned that Tom Brady was going around telling everybody we're not going to lose another game. after they enter the bye week. And I'm sure, as a player, you want to hear that. And I'm not sure what Tom was doing, if that was some sort of Phil Jackson type of thing, or if that was legitimately how he approaches things and how he was thinking. But you as a coach, were you kind of like, hey, Tom, kind of chill out with that? Or is there just a thing where you just let him do what he's doing because he's been there, done that, like you said?
Oh, yeah, he does his thing, man. But mine's all about we can't win all of them. We're going to win one. We got one game this week. We got one practice today. Respect the process of going to work. And all that shit will take care of itself.
I mean, that's going to be the challenge this season, right? I mean, obviously our quarterback, he's got 7 of them, so it's business as usual going into the next season. But the young guys out there, have been told they're the best, and they start to believe in all the hype. They're the ones that got to work even harder next year, because you're going to get everybody's best shot. Not that you didn't anyways this year with Brady being the quarterback and all the talk leading up to the season. But I mean, you've been a part of Super Bowl organizations before. Repeating is difficult. Not that winning a Super Bowl isn't hard enough, but the repeat's going to be tough, huh?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, like I said, we went 13-3 in Arizona. We couldn't wait for lost in the championship game. Couldn't wait for the next season. Lose our running back the first game, our left tackle the second game, our quarterback the fourth game. Mm-hmm. There goes the season. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you start losing all your top players and injuries, they have a way of just wiping teams out. Now, you still go in and say, we're going to win. And it ain't that easy. So you got to have some luck, but our guys know the message. And again, the leadership, Shaq's already said it. He's hungry as hell. When our guys come back, and that's my job, I'm going to beat the shit out of them. We're going back to basics, and we're going to have one hell of a training camp and know what our foundation is.
I mean, shit, Coach. You just said you're gonna beat the shit on when you get back. Awesome, great news. But Snag, talking about the young guys. Gronkowski already set the tone yesterday, because Gronk is a great leader in the locker room from all counts from what we hear. He already said yesterday, he's like, whoa, repeat. Like, it's hard enough to win one. It's hard enough to win an NFL game. He's already snipping that on the butt. So between coach and the coaching staff and the leadership on this team, I don't think the rookies are gonna get too high in the head.
No. They better win that practice. That practice that day. They got to win that every single day.
I mean, you got so many incredible leaders on this team. That's why we won the Super Bowl, right? With Levante David. Like, you don't have to go and check these guys' homework. Like, that they're out there working as hard as they possibly can, and they police and coach themselves in the locker room, and they lift up the young guys and coach those guys up. I mean, that's got to be a relief to have that type of leadership, to lean on, versus you having to be a young coach or be a coach that steps into a situation and has to build, an environment. It's already, the culture's already there because you brought in guys who are about football.
Yeah, and the guys that were average about it, those guys raised their level. They raised their level of preparation, practice. I start every day with I call the accountability sheet. So we put up every penalty, every mental error. So if your name's up there, you got 2 choices. All right, either you don't give your shit meter don't run hot enough, or you're too tough to play for us. So your ass better get off that sheet, or you won't be here. It's just black and white. I can't put it out no simpler than that.
I should adopt that sheet for the show here. That's what I should start doing from here on out. You come in here on center, that's it. You know what?
We give a shit, but I don't know what happened with the accountability sheet between you and Tom Brady after that damn Chicago game, bro. I think I didn't see penalties. Like, what penalties? I was like, Jesus, there are no penalties.
Yeah, that took care of itself. And I got to say, I had harped on it enough, but then they took it upon themselves and said, this shit's over.
Yeah, we had Jake on because prior to that, Jake's like, what else? You teach it, you talk about it, you put the accountability sheet up. At some point, these are professional athletes, man, and I think that's the locker room kind of took care of that after that Bears game.
Yeah, listen, I think it was that one drive in Chicago when we got about 5 in a row.
Yep,
it all ended. I was
like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah, it's all. Something bad happened that are good, and that woke us up.
You guys nearly cost me a 75-inch 4K TV, Coach. Just letting you know during that drive, sir. Yeah. Listen, enough football talk. No one cares about this shit, right? People tune in here for some important ass questions. These are the questions right here. This is the fucking shit that people want, right, Coach? listen, we're fucking football fanatics, but we love food. We love food. And we know that the best food on planet Earth is a chicken wing with no tips. Fuck those tips, man. I don't care what you say, Stank. Listen, so here are 2 questions that basically decide if you're ever going to be on this show again after this, just so you know.
You may never be welcome back here, Bruce.
Yeah, I coach every guest the same way. I don't fucking give you any favorite. I don't play favorites. Everyone's like, I don't care if you're Larry Fitzgerald or Bruce Arians, all right? I'm giving it to you straight here.
Oh, wait. Except for Mama Chris. Mama Chris is always welcome.
Yeah,
exactly.
No matter what. I hope she's doing better too, by the way.
She's doing good. She's doing real good.
Yeah, awesome. That's good to hear. I talked to her a couple weeks ago. She said she's getting used to it all, which is good. Here are the 2 questions that really, really, really matter to Bucs fans, especially fans who tune into this show.
Oh, God, I'm nervous.
It's a 2-parter. I'm nervous too, man, because I want you back, Bruce. So I need you to answer correctly, all right? I can see that you're nervous too, man. I can feel it. The tension's in the air. Okay, so listen.
Hey, Super Bowl, no big deal. This is tension.
This is bigger, all right? This is way bigger. Listen, when you have a chicken wing, are you going dry rub or are you getting that motherfucker covered in sauce?
I'll be honest, I'm a dry rub guy, man. I'm salt and vinegar. They're naked, first of all. They gotta be naked.
Yeah, not breaded shit.
Naked Cajun, salt and vinegar. Oh yeah,
Coach,
Amazing.
you gotta have some taste.
Now the more important of the 2. Oh God, my heart.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Latte. Take a deep breath.
I don't know if I can deliver.
No, come on.
Tom Brady. Okay, go. Yeah. What would Tom Brady do? Would you have those? Are you dipping them when you have those in blue cheese or shit?
Or ranch.
I'm not a dipper, man.
Okay.
I'm naked dry. I want that flavor.
Hey,
right?
purist.
They can keep the vegetables too. I ain't eating wings.
Okay.
I don't eat those.
Don't you fucking hate that guy who brings the vegetable tray to the fucking football game? Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck's eating that shit? We got rabbits in the house? No? Get that shit. Put it back on the driveway.
Drew Brees is bringing the vegetable tray.
Even if I'm not going to partake.
Yeah.
So that's the next question. Do you think Drew Brees brings vegetable trays to football hangouts?
Nah. Drew's pretty cool dude, man. I gotta give him his props. What a great career.
Yeah, but the part of you's got to be happy to see him out of the division, right?
Oh yeah, I'm glad he retired. Ain't no doubt about that. But man, I have a memento. First Pro Bowl I coached. The 3 quarterbacks in the AFC were Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees. I have a hat with their names, and that's one of my favorites.
Oh, wow.
I got to ask you, Coach, because everybody knows Peyton for the comedy, the Saturday Night Live stuff. Wow, I just froze like Wi-Fi. I don't know what happened there. Everybody knows Peyton for that, but Brady's an underrated, funny dude. Like, he's a funny follow, bro. He's a troll. He does little videos afterwards, and the whole.
And he's got dad jokes, dude.
Behind the scenes, who's funnier?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to say Peyton. Peyton is the ultimate prankster. The shit they used to do in that Indianapolis locker room. I mean, we had a guy that brushed his teeth all the time, and they got into it. Peyton goes and buys. Actually, the quarterbacks buy a toothbrush, take a shit, throw it in the toilet, and put it back in his. Take a picture of it, and put it back in his locker. And then he's brushing his teeth. They put the picture up there, and dude puked everywhere.
Oh shit!
You just had Bruce choose between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Now you've divided the locker room for the next fucking season. Way to go, Latte. Way to fucking go, man.
We know who put the ring on Bruce's finger.
Oh, he's gonna get
that girl over there.
Yeah,
that ring. That's the only ring that matters. Exactly.
That's the only ring that matters.
Look at that. She must be listening. This is the only reason the guy would say something like that, man. Bruce,
we all have strong women in our lives too.
Yeah, baby.
Exactly.
I've got a harem of them. But I totally understand. I get it. I totally get it.
You have one main one though.
Yeah, there's a main. You're right. Yeah, there's a main. Then there's a trainer. And anyway, we'll get into that later off the air. Bruce, I wanted to give you another opportunity to talk about the work that Jake does and the work that your entire family does with the people that they do, also with the voices for I think it's VCF Tampa or VFC Tampa, and just kind of talk a little bit about that and how people can get involved with the tournament and just the foundation in general.
Yeah, Arians Family Foundation. We had our first annual golf tournament. Tried to stay COVID free. Everything's outside. We're going to have a hell of a party Sunday night. Got some great entertainment. Chase Rice is playing. Hopefully have somebody else with him and have a good concert, have a great party, a good fundraiser, a lot of good trips to auction off, a lot of good stuff, memorabilia and stuff to auction off. Then our golf tournament is Monday. You can gain anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds playing in our golf tournament because there's like 18 or 15 alcohol holes and 12 food trucks normally. And we don't take all day, man. We're in and out. It's for Florida Guardian Ad Litem, Kids Voices for Children. We're supporting obviously Florida now, Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, and then Arizona, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh, where my wife was a CASA, court-appointed special advocate. She was one for 15 years, and I see her do the work, man. She's the real hero in this family. She saved more kids one at a time, and that's what the whole thing's all about. And Jake's our president. He does a great job running the foundation. We'll have a bunch of guys out there. I know Booger, Sapp, Allstott, Rondé. Derek's going to show up Friday night. A bunch of the Hall of Fame guys are coming, and a bunch of our players and coaches to play golf with, and just have a great time for a really good cause.
Probably say hi to all of those guys.
We plan to be there, Coach. So yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, baby.
You said 12 food trucks and alcohol, man. Like, I'm trying to lose weight, Coach. It's off season.
After.
Yeah, after, bro.
Like
you got to start after it.
You got to start after. I mean, Jake told us you lost a bunch of weight because you guys couldn't like go out and eat, throughout the season like usually. Usually you gain weight throughout the season. He said you lost weight this time, and then this fucking golf tournament's coming around. You're making it all back up, right?
I'm ready. I'm starting. I was running in the pool 3 times a week. My whole goal was to be able to walk the golf course this year. Then I went and walked 9 holes. My back's been screwed up ever since. So I'm back to riding the cart and drinking. So I'm putting a little bit back on. And I gotta go back and that weekend. No, there's no diets that weekend. That's for sure.
Just to let you know, Coach,
calories don't count that weekend.
Last time we saw you in that golf cart was in that training camp when we were all there yelling and we handed you the painting. Sure. Just to let you know, there is another painting coming your way.
Yeah.
It's way more just outlandish and over the top, but I think you'll fucking like it. I think you'll like it.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, man.
And dude, listen, everyone on this show knows I'm the most humble guy you're ever gonna meet. And I also love to look at myself. And I have to tell you that you putting that painting in your fucking bedroom, bro, that is fucking boss as fuck. Like waking up, going into the bedroom, anytime you go in there, you're looking at yourself. Oh, man.
I know. She's looking at it. That's the key.
There you go. I see what you're doing now. Oh,
yeah, she put it in there. She put it in there.
If it was me, I would put it on the wall in front of the, that I face whenever I'm sitting on the toilet, because then I could just stare at myself the entire time every morning. That's my style.
Hire you to take a shit. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed. Coach gets up in the morning like Ricky Bobby, and he just pisses excellence just right out. Amazing.
Coach.
Well, hell yeah, Coach. Awesome.
Thank you so much for hanging out, man. We totally appreciate it. We're going to keep pushing and sharing all of the information about the foundation and the tournament, all the good stuff that you guys do off the field. It's not just about, what you do on the field. We're parents. We have kids. Like, to see other kids go through that, it touches us in a different way. And, even people who don't have kids, I'm sure it touches them in a different way as well.
Yes,
but,
indeed.
what you guys do is fucking phenomenal. It's amazing. And then obviously bringing another Super Bowl, a championship to Tampa Bay. Even though your quarterback almost threw the trophy down the bay, it's all good. All of it, man. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
yeah, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna start campaigning it now. Hall of Fame.
Coach Bruce Arians.
Get me that fucking statue, bro. Get me that statue.
Hey, Big Ben, Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer, Tom. Like, come on, man. You got what? 3 Super Bowls, 2 as an assistant, 1 as a head coach. You're gonna win another one. That's Hall of Fame Head coach Bruce Arians.
I want a golden statue of you in front of one buck right there, and you need to be holding the most golden biscuit ever fucking chiseled ever, just like a biscuit. And there should just be like an automatic, like somehow some sort of funnel that just drizzles honey on it all fucking day long. That's the only way to do it, baby.
With a big no risk it sign right behind.
Exactly.
Oh, it'll be on. Yeah, absolutely. It'll like be a flag coming out like your back pocket or something. Just kind of wave no risk it. Bam.
Okay, we got to end the show because if not, we're not going to end it, Coach. We'll keep bullshitting
Yeah,
all
we'll
night.
keep bullshitting all night, baby.
Listen, I'm hydrating. I'm hydrating, so everything's good. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Golf tournament.
All right. Thank you so much again, Coach. Have a good night. Go Bucs.
Thank you.